Hi, Connie. Thanks for coming out today. I was wondering if you could share what is meditation?
Ah, the ultimate question. First of all, thank you for having me on here to talk about meditation. Meditation has drastically changed my life, and I will say meditation has actually given me my life. So, I guess as far as definition goes, what is meditation? Meditation is a practice that an individual does. It's a technique. There's so many different ways, but an individual would do this technique that will bring them to a heightened sense of awareness and attention. And once you get to that awareness and attention, it brings you a sense of calm and a sense of clarity, which I think we are all looking for. That might just seem like a bunch of words. It just feels like a bunch of words coming out. So the basics, the base of it, we have 70,000 thoughts every day, which breaks down to about 45 thoughts a minute. And so what meditation does for me, the way that I teach, is it gives us a focal point. I focus on the breath. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So it gives my mind something to focus on rather than those 70,000 thoughts, which is just like da 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 all day long. So meditation gives your mind that little bit of a break, something to focus on other than the all-day chatter that is going on in your brain. I like to say that meditation is for your brain, for your mind, as exercise is for your body. And it's just really, I teach to kids, and what I like to ask them is, imagine if your body had to work 70,000 hours in a row. Like, what would that do to you? You would physically break down. And I feel like if we don't give our mind that break, our mind will physically break down. So meditation is just a point of access to get you something to focus on, just to give this crazy chatter a little bit of a break.
How does one begin meditation?
So there's very different kinds that you can do. For me, I'll speak on my experience. I considered myself a meditator for years. I thought I was this spiritual person meditating for about 10 years. And it wasn't until about 3 years ago somebody said, why don't you just sit down for 1 minute a day and breathe? And I was like, easy, that's gonna be no problem. And she was like, just think in your mind, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, 1 minute a day, and see how that goes. I was like, cool. So I sit down and I get ready to do it, and I couldn't do it. And what I actually realized was, for 10 years, when I was checking the meditation box, what I was actually doing is sitting down and thinking about myself. For 10 minutes, I would sit there and, who do I have to call? What do I have to do? Who said what to me? What am I gonna have for lunch? Meditation, check, right? Because I was sitting down and taking a time out from the world, but I wasn't taking a time out from here. So when I would sit down for the 1 minute is how, and I did 1 minute for probably like 90 days, was all I could do was a minute, and finally get to that minute. Because breathe in, breathe out, blah, 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 blah. Oh crap. Breathe in, breathe out, da, 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 da. Oh, come back, you know? And then finally, after I got the minute, I was able to get a little stillness up there. And that's where the magic happened for me in meditation. That's where the connection happened for me. That's where this freedom in life came for me, in my life and in my mind. And so that's how it started for me. It was just 1 minute a day connecting to my breath. There's many other ways. When I try to teach people how to start, a lot of times I like them to start with guided meditations, which is just putting some earphones in and picking what kind of guided meditation you want to do, and you're just listening. And again, that's giving your mind something to focus on rather than the everyday chatter. It's still gonna run, and you come back to what the guided's telling you. That gets your body in the mode, the habit of sitting still and listening. Sometimes you need to do that first before you can just try to focus on one thing yourself. Sometimes guided helps to start.
Thank you, Connie, for giving us a good baseline to begin meditation.